Mother Mayhem was introduced in the Titans Season 4 opener, although her background and past were not extensively explored. The Titans Season 4 Episode 2, Mother Mayhem, introduced the antagonists as a significant danger who were able to kill Raven and Superboy, match Starfire's energy production, and momentarily match Nightwing in a duel. She is also a skilled magician who appears to have been responsible for the deaths of Lex Luthor as well as other LexCorp executives. In the multiverse of DC Comics, Mother Mayhem has appeared in various incarnations, with new iterations developed to match the new realities produced as a result of numerous cosmic catastrophes. Mother Mayhem of the Titans appears to take inspiration from all of them. She shares the name of the original Mother Mayhem that Marv Wolfman, writer, and George Perez, artist, developed for their new Teen Titans books, but she also has the abilities of her most current iteration from the DC Rebirth timeframe. This makes it much more intriguing to speculate about the backstory of Mother Mayhem, so we aren't going to delay any further but jump right into her origins in our video. Before we go into our explanation, a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to this channel. Small click that means so very much to us. Origins of Mother Mayhem. The most beloved consort of Brother Blood, who heads the Church of Blood and is among the most potent antagonists in the original Titan series, is given the title of Mother Mayhem. The seventh Brother Blood personally picked May Bennett to be his consort. She was one of the worshippers of blood, and he employed Bennett as his right-hand lady and called her Mother Mayhem. The title may be given to any woman who caught Brother Blood's eye or had demonstrated her leadership skills when he wasn't around. However, customarily, the title pertained to the first of Brother Blood's female followers to bear him a male heir. As a result, a number of ladies have claimed Mother Mayhem's moniker over the years. Before discovering more about Mother Mayhem, let us get a proper understanding of Brother Blood in some detail. Two supervillains going by the moniker of Brother Blood may be found in American comics published by DC Comics. After killing his father and assuming the Brother Blood mantle from him, the first incarnation, Sebastian Blood VIII, seems to be a zealous priest who leads the Church of Blood and is the eighth individual in the DC universe to hold the position. This legend has persisted since the first Brother Blood was born in the 13th century, when he had obtained Christ's prayer shawl and had superhuman talents. Sebastian served as Brother Blood, a recurrent foe of the Teen Titans and Cyborg's arch-rival, until Sebastian Blood IV, his successor, slew him. Sebastian Blood VIII, the first Brother Blood, had his comic book debut in The New Teen Titans, issue number 21, from July of 1982, written by Marv Wolfman and illustrated by George Perez. Sebastian Blood IV, the second Brother Blood, made his debut in Outsiders, volume 3, issue number 6, which was written by Judd Winnick and illustrated by Chris Cross. The eighth Brother Blood is the first, it would seem, who wanted to take the Church of Blood outside of Zandia. He desires the church to rule the world. The Church of Blood started functioning in America, and when Cyborg's ex-girlfriend tried to flee the cult, the Titans were sent to look into it. The Titans struggled to act against him due to the power of the Church of Blood, especially after Bethany Snow, a journalist and fellow member of the church, skewed public opinion against them. Brother Blood sought to control Raven's abilities while brainwashing Nightwing. She defeated him, and it appeared like his mind had been lost. Mother Mayhem, the spouse of Brother Blood, subsequently gave birth to a girl, indicating that the curse was ended. May Bennett, who made her debut in New Teen Titans Volume 1, issue number 21 in 1982, was the first Mother Mayhem the Teen Titans were aware of. Only May, one of Brother Blood's disciples, was aware of the full extent of his ambitions to take the Church of Blood outside of Zandia, an island country. She was in charge of the Church of Blood when Brother Blood pretended to die in order to stage a fake resurrection. She eventually overcame his hold on her, grew to love the Teen Titans, and resumed living a regular life. New Teen Titans, Volume 1, issue number 21, starts when, ignorant of the fact that they are being watched from the satellite headquarters of the criminal's covert financier, Starfire and Raven band together to protect a crowd at a baseball stadium from terrorists. Marcy Reynolds, Cyborg's ex-girlfriend, is killed in the meantime while attempting to leave the Church of the Brother Blood, a fictitious religious congregation she had joined. Kid Flash, Robin, Raven, and Wonder Girl, who are in their civilian outfits, are shocked by Brother Blood's tactics for dealing with any adherent who tries to quit his organization as they infiltrate the cult to gather information on Cyborg's behalf. The four Titans fight Blood and his minions after discovering their actual identities, but they are quickly beaten, and Raven's soul self-flees to alert the other Titans. At first, Mother Mayhem thinks Brother Blood is almighty. Besides Brother Blood, she is the only one who's privy to his intentions and machinations. She is a spiteful and crafty villain. Mother Mayhem frequently undertook missions for Blood, including the capture of Raven following Trigon's demise. Mother Mayhem really questioned Blood's directives, but she developed resentments when Blood gave Raven much of his attention. Bennett got pregnant with his baby when Blood was in charge. The fully pregnant Bennett became the prey of the wildebeest when the Church of Blood was destroyed. After being saved by the Titans, Bennett gave birth to Jessica, a baby girl. In the end, as a result of motherhood, May possibly tamed down further. May and the Titans are presently friendly, especially after they saved her from the wildebeest. The only constants in Sonia Tarinka's life throughout the post-crisis period were loneliness and hunger. This changed when a charming guy who identified himself as Brother Blood approached her. Brother Blood would first provide her with food and shelter before introducing his beliefs and his connections to the Red. He asserted that he was more than a man and that the Red links everything that has blood. He's also claimed that something far more significant was about to reset humanity and the fundamental rules would once again unify humankind. She persevered despite his unconventional religious defects like risque gatherings with cult followers and ceremonial cutting, admired the notion of oneness, and eventually turned out to be the finest of his devoted students. After conducting her own investigation, she realized that the ideas she had previously dismissed as implausible speculations had actually come to pass. She became interested in unnatural stellar energy as a result of her successful investigation into the Red. She was so successful in following the trail that when she correctly identified its position, she was flooded with source energy. She went to her comrades to tell them about her newfound abilities, but discovered that Brother Blood and all occultists except for 6 had been defeated by superheroes when she arrived. She changed the bodies of the warriors to make them super soldiers in order to continue where Brother Blood left off, unfazed. Mother Blood became aware. She gained more information about the multiverse as a result of the source energy barrage than her forerunner could ever have imagined. She was on high alert for additional source energy since she had the abilities of the Red and knew there was a breach in the source wall. After spotting a device that harnessed ambient sources, she dispatched her minions to gather information about the equipment and its capabilities. The minions managed to retrieve the machine's specifications and even cause it to detonate despite the Titans' intervention, a fortune that Titans thankfully deterred. With Red practitioners like Beast Boy and those educated about the source, including Kyle and Natasha, they were now firmly on Mother Blood's radar and would make excellent targets. Mother Blood lays a snare that sacrifices a town's worth of people in order to militarize their blood into assault constructs in an effort to eliminate several of the Teen Titans. She gets precisely what she wants when the Titans escape, but knows that she will be stopped right away. She disguises herself as the Red and takes control of Beast Boy to warn them that she's plotting something and to aid them in finding her. When the gang goes to unearth on the bait, Mother Blood sets up her trap. She eventually transforms Raven's spirit self into one of her own soldiers through brainwashing. Mother Blood encounters the Titans after enticing them to the tomb and vanquishes them after getting hold of Natasha Irons and Kyle Rayner. Before pressing the red button in each realm on the multiversal map, she considers as Kyle's knowledge of the Source's map's location and Natasha's awareness of the Source attributes. She destroys the Titans once again as they attempt to flee, including amped Raven, as she grows more and more powerful. Pushing her right into the bleed, which serves as a Source dampener, was the only method of stopping her. No Titan can escape her hold, despite the fact that they all know what to do. Only brave Beast Boy, the only one she manipulated and believed to be on her team, could push her through the portal, nearly killing them both if Raven had not pulled him out of the limitless void. Before she could go, the Titans fired the multiversal map, closed the portal, turned off her powers, and left her floating in the space between universes. With such powerful abilities, she's not gone, and the world is in danger if she reappears. How Anna Resic became Mother Mayhem. Anna Resic was raised in Zandia, a tiny and unstable country in Eastern Europe, where she occasionally resided with her family during the start of the 21st century. A religious order known as the Church of Blood, which is dedicated to the reincarnation of the demon king Trigon, abducted a young Anna in the 1940s. When she was taken to the palace, she learned that she had been chosen to replace Mother Mayhem as Brother Blood's destined wife. Because she had no other option, Anna wed Sebastian Blood VII and gave birth to Sebastian Blood VIII, who would later kill his father and take control of the church. When her child was still a teenager, Anna discovered that her husband was plotting to kill her because he was scared of the impact she would have on the prospective Brother Blood. She left Zandia with her son in tow, traveling the globe and making use of all the resources, money, and influence that came with being known as the powerful Brother Blood's wife. In the end, she made it to Korak, an Arab nation governed by the High Raja Yakim Sota. Anna married Sota in order to gain safety for herself as well as her child, but she soon found herself back in an abusive relationship. The High Raja finally had Anna assassinated by Sebastian VII, and Sebastian VIII escaped his court. Anna endured all of this for Sebastian, but she was unaware that her first husband was actually manipulating her second one. Because of the passing of his mother, Sebastian VIII killed his father in order to exact revenge and fulfill a prophecy by emerging as the next Brother Blood. Sebastian Blood VIII, the next Brother Blood, specifically selected his bride from among the cult members who were already affiliated with the Church of Blood, since he didn't wish her to share his mother's fate. He decided on May Bennett because of her unrivaled and unquestionable commitment to Trigon's mission. Bennett became the new Mother Mayhem and gained a power that none of her forebears had ever experienced. She was not only Brother Blood's wife, the woman who would give birth to his child and become the future cult leader, but also his only peer, right-hand lady, the only person permitted to know his most intimate thoughts and actively assist him in formulating plans for world dominance and alternative political systems for Zandia. She had a strong sense of religion and was convinced that her partner was an almighty being sent to Earth by none other than Trigon himself to rule his people. She felt privileged to provide for him in this way. She strengthened her standing within the church by delivering Sebastian Blood IX, the next Brother Blood. She developed resentment when both her first husband and her second husband began to show interest in Trigon's daughter, Raven, a teen titan. When her son grew powerful and her husband was slain, she continued to act as Mother Mayhem, but she worried that Raven could have jeopardized her position because of her preoccupation with her. Her worries were unfounded though, since the Titans finally overcame her son and destroyed the Church of Blood. The Titans also put an end to a protracted feud by protecting May and her infant child, Jessica, from the supercriminals known as the Wildebeest Society, who intended to stop a new Brother Blood from rising and regaining his power. As a result, May became the final surviving Mother Mayhem. Mother Mayhem had a major role in the animated movie Teen Titans: The Judas Contract. The original Teen Titans, Dick Grayson aka Robin, Kid Flash, Speedy, Beast Boy, and Bumblebee saved Princess Starfire of the planet Tamaran from kidnappers sent by her villainous elder sister, Blackfire, who'd arranged a coup and seized the kingdom violently 5 years ago. The Titans provide Starfire an abode on Earth, as she can no longer travel back to her home planet since Dick fell in love with her at first sight, and much more so after she kissed him to learn English.
Thank you. I am Coriander of Tamarin. Our kind can learn language from the active.
In the present, Brother Blood's terrorist cult is being pursued by Dick Grayson, now known as Nightwing, and the Teen Titans. Brother Blood intended to capture the group and use a device he had tested on Jericho to absorb each member's special abilities, but Mother Mayhem later shot Jericho in the head. Brother Blood employs the renegade Deathstroke to bring the Titans to him to hasten his character's development. Deathstroke, who has survived his purported death a few years ago, is still seeking retribution against Damian Wayne, the new Robin, for succeeding him as Ra's al Ghul's descendant before deceiving the League of Assassins. Deathstroke keeps tabs on the Titans via Terra, his double agent, who joined the squad a year earlier and whom he saved when her parents had turned the entire town against her and had tortured her. Deathstroke confronts Damian after he becomes concerned about Terra's actions and begins looking for her. They engage in combat until Terra represses and arrests Damian, exposing her connection to Deathstroke. Despite their openness, the other Titans first appear cold and aloof around Terra, who slowly warms them. She experiences a sensitive moment and kisses Beast Boy at the celebration of her first anniversary with the Titans. This marks the beginning of their romance. Beast Boy is taken prisoner by Deathstroke while at a convention to record a podcast with director Kevin Smith. Blue Beetle is taken from the food pantry where he's serving, and Starfire is abducted at the flat she owns with Nightwing. At the Titans' headquarters, Terra manages to apprehend Raven. Nightwing quickly becomes aware of the plot before Deathstroke invades him. Despite being outmatched, he escapes by pretending to be dead. When Terra and Deathstroke deliver the Titans to Brother Blood, who wants to use the Titans' machines to absorb their abilities and become a godlike figure, Terra discloses to the Titans that she is a double agent. Deathstroke betrays Terra by permitting Brother Blood to capture her, which completes the deal between them, since the machine cannot function excluding a sixth Titan, even though neither Robin nor Whitewing have any abilities to take. Deathstroke had attempted to capture Nightwing but had been unsuccessful. Brother Blood begins robbing the Titans of their abilities in the presence of his supporters and Deathstroke, but Nightwing unexpectedly steps in to stop him. Following the Titans' rescue, Nightwing and Robin face off against Deathstroke as the others confront Brother Blood, who has absorbed all of their abilities. Before Terra steps in to stop the Titans from defeating the bad guys, Deathstroke is viciously attacked for treason, and Brother Blood is overwhelmed. Brother Blood is defeated by Raven, who lets out her inner demon anger, whereas Deathstroke is buried beneath several rocks that have been hurled at him by Terra as the fight comes to a conclusion. Mother Mayhem then shoots Brother Blood to death in order to save him from being taken by the Titans. Terra plans to destroy the entire region since she's too humiliated to confront her former comrades after breaking their trust. Beast Boy tries to help Terra escape the falling citadel, but she throws him away and is trapped behind a mountain of debris. When Beast Boy unearths her, she passes away in his arms. Beast Boy appears in the epilogue and discusses the Titans with Kevin Smith on his podcast. He says that Terra will always be missed and that the squad has a great new member. Jericho is seen to have survived the gunshot Mother Mayhem previously fired at him in a post-credits scene. In Teen Titans: The Judas Contract, Mother Mayhem is voiced by Margaret Foster. She works as an actor in American movies and television. She's played a variety of parts, including those in the movies Ticket to Heaven, The Osterman Weekend, and They Live, as well as the 1979 television miniseries adaptation of The Scarlet Letter. Foster, who was born on the 10th of May 1948 in Reading, in the state of Pennsylvania, to David and Nancy Nee Adamson, experienced childhood in Rowayton, Connecticut, alongside her four siblings Ian, Gray, Jan, and Nina. She pursued acting education at the neighborhood Playhouse School of the Theatre in New York. Titans Season 4 introduces a badass version of Mother Mayhem. HBO Max's The Titans series explained how far the Season 4 antagonists, Mother Mayhem and Brother Blood, will delve into comic book history. However, the storytellers also connected these villains to the show's first event, rather than insisting on comic book authenticity. The lady who gave birth to the head of the Church of Blood is referred to as Mother Mayhem in comic books. In the comics, May Bennett gives birth to Sebastian, who grows up to be Brother Blood. In truth, the plotline takes the tale in a route that would be more appropriate for House of the Dragon than Titans, but the story has already changed enough to dodge it. Brother Blood is not a moniker that is passed down from dad to son in the program. Instead, because his dad is also Trigon, Sebastian is a satanic half-brother to Raven and is therefore a part of a prophecy. Fans are aware that he ultimately dons the Brother Blood disguise, thus the developing sibling-like bond between Sebastian and Rachel promises a far more meaningful confrontation. Trigon isn't the father of Brother Blood in the comics, but this adjustment connects the gang to the first season of the show. Mother Mayhem's history and origins are hardly touched upon in the first couple of episodes of Titans. She originally appears as May Bennett, a member of Lex Luthor's staff who spent more than 5 years assisting him in locating the Temple of Asaroth. She claimed to have much to know from the temple until Luthor abruptly fired her. Therefore, it appears that she is an archaeologist or a theologian by profession. Whatever her area of study, it was obvious that Luthor knew something about her plans before he passed away, since he had a book with a lot of enigmatic and apparently esoteric texts. Connor Superboy Kent was shown in this book as he talked about how my companions may have even darker views than I do. Whoever the Titans' Mother Mayhem is, she is undoubtedly a strong woman and the present head of a cult that worships in the Temple of Azaroth. She was strong enough to hold back Nightwing with her scepter until she could utilize some sort of telekinetic power to lift him off the ground. She was also capable of taking on many Titans at once. More remarkably, she was capable of producing some sort of energy explosion equal to Starfire's laser-like energy blast. This is significant since Starfire's destruction of a block comprising Perithium in the Titans Season 4 premiere provided a strong foundation for her new energy abilities. Given that Starfire only used 8% of her total kinetic energy output to break through this, which was stated to be the toughest substance known to man, Mother Mayhem's skill must be quite advanced. Brother Blood, who is expected to be the main antagonist of The Titans Season 4, is clearly being prepared for by Mother Mayhem. Beyond that, having her in the series may make it easier to adapt a variety of comic book plots. After snatching the jewel from Raven's forehead that held the demon Trigon, Mother Mayhem caused some type of metamorphosis in her, turning her hair white. She could be attempting to arrange an infernal mating between Brother Blood and Raven in order to fulfill a terrible prophecy, which was Sebastian Blood IX's ultimate objective in the comics. Given that Brother Blood was discovered to be an apprentice of Trigon, who received his abilities from the Demon Lord, it is also plausible that she's attempting to set up the revival of Trigon. Beast Boy, who started seeing bizarre images and hearing voices screaming his name in The Titans Season 4, may potentially be connected to Mother Mayhem. These visions had some visuals that resembled the Red, the origin of Beast Boy's abilities. Because of their mutual ties to the Red, Mother Blood was able to dominate Beast Boy in the comics. Mother Mayhem may likely accomplish the same feat in the Titans Season 4. Although Titans took a while to assemble the team in a manner that seemed gratifying, the relationship between Rachel Roth and Dick Grayson was the basis for the entire series. The sick Church of the Devil Trigon arrived for her when her talents were just starting to emerge. In fact, Mother Mayhem's antagonist, Dr. Adamson from Season 1, reappears to recruit her. Complete with pricey de-aging visual effects, Rachel returned her father to hell in Season 2, maintaining all the control for herself, another nod to the comics. losing her powers will undoubtedly be momentary. It's a wise change to tie the Church of Blood with the show's pre-existing. Raven was on the sidelines for the bulk of Season 3 in Themyscira. There she discovered a lot about the world that exists outside of her own and how her abilities relate to both life and death. Though reliving the cult that sought to control her is a terrific opportunity to complete the character's arc and to make her a fully fledged version of the hero, tying this season's narrative into the show's backstory is beneficial. The Church of Blood might have been a part of the off-screen DC universe, which Titans had previously alluded to. But when there are human stakes involved, every tale is improved, and Season 4 storytellers are particularly skillful in how they do this. Rachel interacts with Sebastian in the touching side tale from Episode 4 of Season 4, Supermart, where she recalls being the horrible holy kid the strange sect desired. Everyone Sebastian has come into contact with has treated him poorly during Season 4, most likely on purpose. The impact of witnessing a team of real-life superheroes attempting to rescue him will be significant. Going into seclusion with him and Rachel is significant because what occurs at the STAR Labs vault might have a significant impact on how the tale develops. Sebastian and his mother's reunion on the show has been postponed because he first needs to see his half-sisters. On the surface, Rachel's strategy appeals to fans who are new to the Titans. However, viewers who are familiar with Season 1's specifics will notice that the authors did not ignore them either. Rachel approaches Sebastian in the role of the person she had hoped would have saved her. Like May, Rachel's mother was a devoted follower of Trigon, mostly in the meaning of the Bible. In the end, she turns on Rachel and gives her to the evil father. If this parallel persists, the Titans' day will be decided by this relationship, and it is all connected to the main plot of the series. Why Mother Mayhem took Raven's powers and what happens next. Titans Season 4 saw Raven lose both her soul self and her superpowers, but is this a long-term situation? With her soul self powers honed during Season 3's Themyscira training, Tegan Croft's Raven enters the Titans Season 4 at the peak of her power. Unfortunately, Raven's power would prove fleeting for Dick Grayson's heroic team. Mother Mayhem, played by Franca Potente, appeared in the Titans Season 4 Episode 2. As Raven sent her spectral black tendrils at this new antagonist, Mayhem absorbed the evil into her magical staff. The third episode of Titans in the fourth season shows Raven's soul self is no longer there. The heroes have already been attacked by Mother Mayhem, who has killed them all. She seems to have hurt Raven the most, but she could also have given birth to her most deadly foe. Titans have confirmed that Mother Mayhem's Church of Blood occult group idolizes Raven's dad, the diabolical Trigon, even though the precise details of how she stole her abilities are unknown. Rachel Roth's superpowers are derived from her paternal ancestry. Therefore, it stands to follow that Mother Mayhem may be familiar with a spell that can summon and contain the exact comparable force that Rachel is harboring, if the Church of Blood is aware of Trigon and his terrifying strength. In the Jinx episode of Titans Season 4, Mayhem can also be seen pumping her Raven juice into a crystal, perhaps for utilization in a Church of Blood rite involving Trigon and requiring some of his essences. The presence of Raven's demon father has significantly diminished most of her strength, making her an exceptionally strong heroine. Her father, Trigon, is revered by the Church of Blood, and they long for the strength he can give them. It seems Mother Mayhem has obtained this authority. The terrible power of Raven's father has been purged from her skull along with the crystal. The fact that Raven's hair became white during this has great significance for Teen Titans fans. White Raven, the character's most potent form, may have just been produced by Mother Mayhem. The most potent variant of Raven is usually thought to be White Raven. She has made many appearances in the Teen Titans animated series. When Raven wears white, it symbolizes that her powers are unaffected by her father's control and his taint. She has the capacity to develop into the best incarnation of herself, which usually spells difficulties for those who disagree with her. She is so strong in this form that in the anime series, she even changed the whole whole Earth back to usual after her father had destroyed it. She could be able to harm the Church of Blood more severely in this incarnation than she was earlier able to. The comic book sequence in which Brother Blood catches and takes the jewel from Raven's skull may have served as inspiration for Titans. Trigon's control is eliminated, allowing her to experience rebirth. As Trigon is worshipped by the Church of Blood, Raven will probably be a major focus for the season. Mother Mayhem could have thought that by eliminating Trigon's control, she was reducing Raven's talents rather than enhancing them. Raven has always been afraid of the Titan's abilities. She may be unstoppable though if she can move forward without being constrained by fear. Trigon's might is unquestionably necessary for Mother Mayhem's evil ritual. She might have been performing a summoning ceremony or awakening Brother Blood. She might not have been aware of what she would release. However, the Titans won't stand by while this attack on them takes place. Raven will demand explanations and want to understand why the Church desires control over her father. She poses a serious threat to Mother Mayhem, Brother Blood, and their whole enterprise in her purified state. The result of severing the relationship between Raven and Trigon is a strong character for whom Mother Mayhem could be unprepared. For the Titans Season 4, Raven losing her abilities serves two objectives. After spending the previous 3 seasons as the Titans' supernatural powerhouse, Raven's newfound weakness lets her fragile human side to emerge, as demonstrated when she follows Beast Boy through an unknown woodland in Episode 3. Practically speaking, the Titans' combat prowess will take a significant hit if Raven loses her soul self. Dick Grayson's Titans will discover Mother Mayhem a significantly more difficult opponent than they could if Raven had been at full vigor, since they won't have those dark CGI storms to rely on. But before the Titans Season 4 ends, Raven's abilities will almost probably come back. What Mother Mayhem has in mind with the soul self she abducted is arguably more mysterious than whether Raven's powers will ever return. In the Titans Season 4, the creepy cult has already murdered Lex Luthor, amassed a sizable amount of blood from innocent victims, and used a crystal to imprison Raven's soul self, indicating that it has grand intentions. Mayhem made a cryptic connection to a mystery hymn in the Titans Season 4 premiere, which very probably refers to her endgame, but might equally be referring to 2 separate persons. One option is that the Church of Blood intends to complete the task started by Raven's mum, Angela Asarath, from the Titans Season 1 by bringing Trigon back to Earth using the Temple of Asarath, the blood that has been gathered, and Raven's soul self. Another scenario is that Mother Mayhem plans to use young Sebastian, who obviously has no awareness of his Brother Blood alter identity, as the vessel for this vast occult power. By changing Sebastian, he would more closely resemble Brother Blood from the DC mythos, who takes Raven's forehead jewel and utilizes her soul self for his own heinous purposes. What makes Mother Mayhem so powerful? Among the most formidable Red Parliament practitioners to date is Mother Blood, in large part because of the source-based roots of her strength. She has the power to completely manipulate those with blood, turning them into puppets, like Beast Boy, or completely recreating their bodies, like those of her fellow mortal occultists. She had complete power over the Red, demonstrating her total dominance over all life. She has the ability to fill all universes, innumerable worlds on the multiversal map with her powers. The Red would bring the multiverse together from limbo to 5D, either voluntarily or via force or draining. She is strong enough to take down an enraged Raven and the Titans with a single shot after being able to brainwash or separate Raven's soul self. The marvelous verdict. Anna Resick is indeed a straightforward but resilient lady whose spirit has never been broken by abuse from all of her husbands. She's resisted both indoctrinations by the Church of Blood and brutality from the High Raja. Her kid, the only person she actually loves, is the object of her sole devotion. On the other hand, May Bennett is a very crafty and ruthless lady, but she absolutely submits to the Church, and her will is entirely governed by that of her spouse and her son. As Mother Mayhem, they both possess considerable influence over many influential members of the cult, both inside the Church of Blood and outside of it. Mother Mayhem's fate is to be constantly by Brother Blood's side as both his wife and his mother, regardless of what form she takes. Whew. If you like our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one, and please be safe.
My son, you're finally home.